Have you ever wondered how a human voice would sound on another planet? Would it stay normal, or would it completely change the moment we leave Earth? Sound is not something magical. It needs air to exist. It needs particles to carry vibrations from one place to another. Without an atmosphere, a human voice cannot travel, cannot be heard, and simply does not exist. On Earth, our atmosphere is perfectly balanced. Nitrogen and oxygen allow sound waves to move smoothly, which is why our voices sound clear and familiar. But once we leave Earth, this balance disappears, and the human voice begins to transform in strange and sometimes terrifying ways. On the Moon, there is no atmosphere at all, no air, no sound waves, no echo. If a person screamed with all their strength, nothing would happen. You would see their mouth move, but the universe would remain completely silent. This is the true sound of space, absolute silence. Mars is different. It does have an atmosphere, but it is more than 100 times thinner than Earth's and made mostly of carbon dioxide. Because the air is so thin, sound struggles to travel. A human voice on Mars would sound weak and broken, with higher tones fading quickly. Even shouting would feel like whispering, as if your words are constantly being pulled away from you. Venus takes the human voice in the opposite direction. Its atmosphere is extremely thick, and the pressure is crushing. In this heavy air, sound would move slowly and powerfully. A human voice on Venus would sound deep, stretched, and unsettling, with every word echoing longer than it should. It would feel strong, almost monstrous. Yet Venus is so hot and hostile that no human could survive long enough to speak, making this terrifying voice something that could only exist in theory. Jupiter does not even allow sound to survive. As a gas giant, it has no solid surface, only endless layers of gas and unimaginable pressure. Any sound created there would be instantly distorted and destroyed. A human voice would not fade or echo. It would simply be crushed out of existence, just like anything else that enters Jupiter's depths. Saturn's atmosphere creates a different kind of distortion. Filled with hydrogen and helium, it would twist the human voice into something unnatural. Words would come out higher and thinner, sounding familiar but wrong, as if the voice itself does not belong in that world. Then there is Titan, Saturn's largest moon. Titan has a thick atmosphere, even denser than Earth's, allowing sound to travel far and clearly. On Titan, the human voice would sound deeper, slower, and stronger. Voices could be heard from much greater distances, and even a quiet whisper would carry surprising power. The human voice is more fragile than we realize. It depends entirely on the air around it. On some worlds, it becomes a whisper. On others, a distorted echo or a terrifying growl. And in many places across the universe, it disappears completely. Earth is one of the very few places where the human voice truly belongs.